What's going on, guys? SconzE here with another One Piece Pirate Warriors 3 episode. And as we get into this one, doing kind of a throwback to something we did in J-Star's Victory Versus, we're going to be talking a little bit about Banishiata's Bleach Dragon Soul. That's a project, a series, videos they got on their channel. If you like Bleach and you like Dragon Ball, I'd check that one out. That's very interesting and fun for fans of those series. And even if you're not a fan of those series, you might be a fan of this one because there's some changes from the original designs. You have Goku in the world of Bleach as Ichigo's brother. It's very cool. But we're going to talk a little bit about that because last time we talked about it, there was just part 1 out, but now part 2 and part 3 has been out. Let me select my character first, though. I'm feeling, you know what? If this is Enies Lobby, we gotta go Luffy. We do gotta go Luffy. Does he have a? Yeah, put on his Enies Lobby costume. It's only fitting. Let's see if he has. Nah, nothing we could upgrade him with. All right, set sail. I think. All right, cutscene ended. Hopefully, no cutscenes pop up and interrupt me while I'm talking about this right now. We're just gonna get into it. But yeah, so part 2 and part 3 for Bleach Dragon Soul is out, and very good. Especially like part 2, Goku's interactions with Rukia, very funny. Classic Goku, you know, Goku's dumb, but not like, you know, he's not too dumb, but dumb enough where you're gonna get some funny moments where Goku's getting confused about things. And I really like the comedy. It's been in the first part too, funny moments. That's one thing I really like about the series. You can get a good laugh at it. I always appreciate a series that throws some comedy in here and there. You know, it's like when I watched JJK season 1, I thought the comedy was very like forced, and I feel like there's just like too much of it. Where then like season 2, it gets better. It's more of a balance. But that's one thing with Bleach Dragon Soul is there's not like comedy getting forced down your throat. It feels natural, and it's just at the right times and stuff. So it leads to good moments and stuff. So I like that a lot. Also, one thing interesting, which I don't know if I knew about this when I talked about the series before. I don't think so, so I'll mention it now. But the fans of the series and those, you know, watching Banishiata's channel will get to have some interaction with how the story's gonna go. They get to throw their own ideas out because there's polls that go on the channel for different ideas of how certain characters interact, how certain things are gonna end up, and so I think that's a lot of fun for those watching. They get to have some input on there because there's a lot of times, you know, series go on where like fans feel a certain way about, you know, said series, and then the series goes in a different direction, and so people, you know, may get a little upset. They're like, oh, like what is this ending, or why is that happening? That's terrible. But with Banishiata's series, Bleach Dragon Soul, fans get to have a say, which is nice. I always think it's good when fans can put their input in and change the story a bit themselves, because that's what really helps make a series as well. I mean, even like my channel would be nowhere without any of you guys, because it's like, what, I'm gonna subscribe to myself, I have my 1 subscriber, and then, you know, nothing. It's like, no, fans build a channel, fans build a series, you know, there's a lot of credit that needs to go around for, you know, fans and stuff. So I think that's really cool that Banishiata's doing that with Bleach Dragon Soul. It's very good, very good. I'm excited to see where part 4 is gonna go, unless it because I think this is chapter 1, part 3. That was the last that came out. So I'd have to look into it again. I'm not sure if it's going into a part 4 of chapter 1 or it's moving on to chapter 2. But either way, there's more coming out. And obviously, as we all know, you know, Ichigo becomes a Soul Reaper. If you know Bleach, that's not like a spoiler or anything. But, so I was curious to see if Goku is going to become a Soul Reaper at some point too, or if he's just going to be using his abilities, because it seems like we got a little sneak preview in the last part. I won't go into too much detail for those who want to see it for themselves. But it seems like Goku is going to have his own unique abilities. So I'm curious to see just how much we'll get of that, just how many abilities he'll have, if it's just going to be a little bit or a lot. So that'll be interesting. And I'm excited to see, you know, more characters come about in the series, because a lot of my favorites are ones that are not introduced yet. Like, I love the captains. I love the captains of Soul Society. I really want to see how Ichigo and Goku together are going to react to some of these characters' introductions. Especially Goku, because, you know, Ichigo we've seen in the world of Bleach before. Obviously, things are different with Goku as his brother, but now with Goku being in it, that's going to be the real interesting element here. Especially, I think Goku will get along really well with Kenpachi. I mean, that's just a guess. I mean, I don't know. Like, the series could be different. That's just a guess of mine. Honestly, I'm interested to see how it goes in any different way, because so far I've really liked what I've seen. So, you know, I was talking about the input a lot before too. I did vote on some of the polls. I was just checking those out. But honestly, I have trust in Banishiata that the series is going to be good no matter which way they take it in, because everything I've seen so far has kept me engaged. Especially the editing. Editing's really good with it. It's very lively. It feels like, you know, no pun intended to say it has soul to it. You know, no pun intended. But I think these videos do have a lot of compassion, soul, and life to them, which is important for these kind of things. Because sometimes you'll be watching a video and it just is lifeless, and it's kind of like, it's like whatever. It's like whatever. But this one, no, this one you're watching it, and it keeps you engaged. It feels great. So, yeah, so Bleach, Dragon Soul, check it out. I think a lot of people could get into this, you know, whether you're a fan of anime, fan of these specific series or not. Very good. Especially, I love the characters speak in different languages depending on what their native tongue is. So, like, Goku, we got Goku speaking in English. I know he is Japanese, but I know a lot of people know him through, like, the English dub. But then you got Ichigo and Rukia, they're speaking in Japanese, and supposedly we'll have Chad speaking in Spanish, because that's his native language. So, and I think that's really cool, because someone mentioned about, you know, I saw someone commented saying, like, oh, you know, wouldn't it make more sense to have them all speak the same? But Banishiata's reply was more along the lines of, like, oh, I think it's better to have them speak their native languages, get that diversity in, and I definitely agree with that. I think it makes it more interesting. It keeps you engaged, too, because when you hear someone talking, like, one way and then another person talking a different way, it, like I said, it's a lot more engaging. It's more interesting. So that's one of my biggest things with anything whenever it comes to a series or a video game or just whatever. I'm a huge fan of diversity, because that's, you know, that keeps you sticking around for more. You know, you just get a lot of options, a lot of variety. I love that. I love variety in anything, you know? It's like you go to an ice cream shop, they only have vanilla and chocolate, you're gonna get bored after a while. But when you got like 20 different flavors, it's like, okay, you know, you stick to your main ones you like, but then sometimes maybe you'll switch it up just to, you know, appreciate the ones you like more by taking a pause, or, you know, maybe you find you like something else that you didn't know you liked. It's always good. It's always good to have diversity, because you don't want to dilute the palate by just going with the same stuff over and over again. But yeah, Bleach Dragon Soul, check it out on Banishiata's channel. They've commented on a few videos, so for like easy access, you know, you can just click on the comments, you know, click on their channel, pop right over. I think it was in one of the recent Phasmophobia videos, and then a couple other ones as well. So, but if you type in Bleach Dragon Soul, should be able to find it. But yeah, like I said, highly recommend check it out. And you know, I wonder if more projects like this will come of it. You know, depending on how Bleach Dragon Soul wraps up when that project comes to an end. I wonder if we'll get to see more series collabs. I always like the idea of different series coming together. When I was younger, when I was like a kid, I used to not be a fan of as much of those stuff. Like I remember seeing the Toriko, Dragon Ball, and One Piece crossover. And I used to not like crossovers as much because of just I was like, oh, you know, they have different abilities. It doesn't really make sense for like the worlds and stuff. But as I got older, I find myself very much enjoying those kind of things. I think because it leads to a lot of unique interactions. Because as a fan of these series, you wonder to yourself from time to time, all right, what would this character say if they were hanging around this character? Or what would that be like? And then crossovers give you that ability to see those interactions. Especially like we're playing J-Star's Victory Versus. Very fun seeing different interactions between a whole ton of variety of characters, whole bunch of series. That was really cool. Got to see that throughout the stories. That whole series, if you're interested in checking out that, that whole series is wrapped up. We got that finished on the channel. So if you're looking for a series to just grind, watch, you know, put on the background, whatever, you click that playlist. It's on the completed playlist series on the on our home page. But that game, they need a sequel to that one. They do have, you know, Jump Force, but Jump Force just is not it. It's just not the move. But J-Star's Victory Versus, it is the move. It's a fun game, good series. It's all Shonen Jump series. So you got a lot. You got Dragon Ball, Naruto, One Piece, Yu Yu Hakusho, Toriko, Bleach, Rurouni Kenshin, Fist of the North Star, Psyche K is actually in there, Gintama's in there, Sket Dance. Oh, I gotta take hold on. I'm losing track. What it says? Take the key from CP9 and go after Lucci. I'm guessing I gotta go up to where that little white box is on the corner of the map. So we'll head over there. The Lucci fight, that should be fun. Get to that. Alright. I hope I'm going the right way. I forget if it's, you know what, I don't think it's this one. I think it's the Ennis Lobby map at one. Alright, cutscene happened. Broke off what I was saying. But the Ennis Lobby map in Pirate Warriors 4, if I'm remembering correctly, could get a bit confusing because there's like a lot of different like levels going up and down, and there's like different, you know, sections, so sometimes you get like stuck on one because the way the map was laid out in, well, the little, you know, map on the corner, you'll see something and it'll be like, oh, I'm supposed to go over here, and then it's like, oh, actually you're supposed to go there but at a lower level or a higher level, and it's like, okay, I'm in the wrong spot. Thanks, game. Alright, I'm surprised we got to the Lucci fight already. I thought this one was like a long one, but you know what it is? I could be getting confused with Pirate Warriors 4. I think it was Pirate Warriors 4 where Ennis Lobby lasted a while. So maybe I'm thinking of that. Usopp's screaming right now. He's like, Luffy! Usopp? Hey, have you seen Soga King around? Soga King. Who would win the fight? God D. Usopp or Soga King? Yo, Lucci, stop your hero mode. I'm not trying to deal with that. I love Frankie. It's such a shame his voice actor had to retire. But it was just, you know, the Frankie voice, it's a little too much. It's a little too strong on the throat, you know? Very raspy. But he's like, super, and all that. Ow, super. And you do that for years, That's gonna lead to some damage, you know. And he's older now because he's been in the business for at least since the 80s. The earliest role I know him in is one of my favorites, Double Zeta Gundam. He plays the main pilot, Judao Ashta, one of my favorite characters in Gundam. I'd say he's probably my favorite right after Char, because like Char is one of my all-time favorite characters in general. Either second or third. I always go back and forth between him and Gajeel from Fairy Tail. But yeah, I love Judao. Oh, there's Robin. Yo, Robin, you okay? We rescued Robin. But yeah, Judao's cool. But he does, yeah, the voice actor Frankie does him. And so he's been around since like the 80s at least. So going on 40 years, you know, it makes sense when you do a voice like that to retire after like 40 years, because vocal cords, you gotta save those. You don't want to run yourself into the ground where you just can't speak no more at all. So you gotta health's important. You guys remember, health extremely important. You know, you could have all the money in the world, but if you're sick and not doing too good, that money ain't gonna mean nothing. You know, obviously money does help, you know, get you some medical treatment. That is fair, but at the end of the day, you know, always be grateful for your health. That's a SconzE lesson. Be grateful for your health. SconzE knows, man. You know, I had spent some time in the hospital, the life-threatening incident at one point. So I know how important your health is. Like after you deal with that kind of stuff, you think to yourself, all I care about is remaining healthy. You know, that's what's important. But yeah, so he's retiring. I'm curious as to who the next Frankie voice actor will be. I wonder what it'll sound like. It might be picked already, and I just like haven't seen it myself online. But at least in the show, because you know One Piece is on the hiatus, which I think it's coming back actually at the beginning of April. So very soon, I think we will very soon see the next voice actor. But yeah, you know, a lot of my favorite voice actors are from, you know, back in the 80s and stuff. So it'll be sad to see them retire. Just in general, whether it's a certain character from a long-running role, or if it's just the voice actor in general that I like to see in series. Like, oh my gosh, Shanks' voice actor. I don't know if he's retiring Shanks, but he's retiring Char Aznable, the Red Comet. Oh my gosh, but he's, you know, he's from the 70s, because the first Gundam was 1979. Oh my goodness, I'm upset about that too. Or, well, I feel like upset, I don't know if upset's the right word to say, because I wouldn't want to be upset over someone's retirement. You want to be happy someone, it's always nice for someone to be able to retire. So, yeah, I'm happy for them, they get to retire, not sad. But, you know, it's one of those things where it's like a somber happiness, where it's like, oh, I really would like to see them continue, but, you know, good for them to get to retire. Alright, what's happening here, though? Obey the mysterious voice and head to the escape point. I'm at the escape point. Oh, Sanji, oh! I think we gotta wait for everyone. We got Zoro, Robin, okay, victory, Screech, woo! I didn't even put my hat on at all this episode. Luffy still got his hat down. To be continued. Alright. Set these. Okie dokie. Well, that was Pirates vs. CP9. I guess, you know what? Let's get into the next one. We will do Fist of Love in the next episode, because we're just about to hit like 20 minutes. So this one will end here, because if we start this one, we don't know how, if this is going to be, I don't think this one will be too long, but if it, you know, if it goes on long, what I'm guessing actually is going to happen is this one won't be too long, and so we'll wind up going into the Thriller Bark one, and we'll have like a half-hour episode next time or something. That's my guess of what probably will happen, you know, just based off how these things been going. But yeah, so we'll wrap this one up here. Check out Bleach Dragon Soul on Fanishiata's channel. It's very good. You know, check that one out. So, but we will wrap this episode up here. All right, peace out, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.